It's a hockey stream on episode 497 of the VIG Lounge as the Pittsburgh Penguins finally come home after a successful trip throughout Western Canada and Seattle as they welcome the Chicago Blackhawks to PPG Paints Arena. And who will win in this battle of generational talents? The Penguins led by Sidney Crosby or the new generation Chicago Blackhawks led by Connor Bedard? There's only one way to find out. Before we do that, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff. With housekeeping out of the way, let's jump right in to the Penguins and Blackhawks here on the VIG Lounge. And Bedard with the opening draw. Definitely not like how it was when he entered the league in his first game against Pittsburgh. And now, Wotherspoon got it up to Karlsson. Karlsson with a shot, and Soderblom makes the save on his fellow countryman. Crosby wins that draw back to Karlsson. Long drive, nearly tipped in front by Crosby. And now the Blackhawks have to bring it up. Burakovsky gets knocked off the puck. Longtime rival as part of the Washington Capitals. Now Crosby settles up, shoots, scores! The Wizard of Cross gets the Penguins on the board first. It's 1-0. So Sidney Crosby has a question for you. How much does a polar bear weigh? Enough to break the ice, baby. Oldgard gets the first goal to show that the veteran has got plenty left. Crosby, first on the board. And Erik Karlsson has as many points as his number, 65. Getting an assist on that goal. Malkin won the draw. Got it to Chinakhov. Chinakhov fires, rebound from Malkin. He couldn't get it to go. Trying to get it back out to the blue line. Does. Gets it to Karlsson. Karlsson lets it rip off the pad of Soderblom to the corner. And a Let's Go Pens chant breaks out, and rightly so. It's been all Pittsburgh in the early going. Igor Chinakhov carries in for the Penguins. Right wing circle, Chinakhov to the middle. Bad save by Soderblom. As the Blackhawks still looking for their second shot, as they're being outshot 6-1 in the early going by the Pens. Chinakhov right back in with another chance denied by Soderblom. TJ Brody got it to Donato. And then they gave it away. Ben Kindle out to the blue line for Letang. Crisscrosses with Mantha, and the one-timer went wide. There's their second shot, a harmless one deflected away by Archer Silovs. Pass across. Now it's up to Brett Kulak, who's going to dump it in. Sent all the way around. Mantha to the front of the net. And Soderblom will hang on. Now I have to talk about the Brian Rust suspension. I'm not saying that the hit wasn't worthy of a potential suspension, or at the very least a hearing. The hit that he made on Brock Besser in the game against Vancouver. But Brian Rust has no disciplinary history prior to this. So unless this is going to be the standard now, I feel that 3 games is harsh. Because we've seen guys literally get fines or nothing for, a similar incident, or potentially a worse incident. So like I say, if they are really, buckling down now on hits to the head, I really want to see that for suspensions going forward or disciplinary actions going forward. I'm not saying Russ should not have been disciplined. Absolutely, he should have. I just think that unless this is the new standard, 3 games for a guy that has no disciplinary history is pretty harsh. Long drive by Clifton, who's drawn into the lineup. Paired up with Ryan Shea in the absence of Jack St. Ivany. He's injured IRL, so I figured I'll put Clifton in the lineup instead. On the third pair, shake it up a little bit. There is the aforementioned Rust. Raquel with a chance denied off the pad of Soderblom. It has seriously been all Pittsburgh right now. Connor Clifton knocked off the puck. He usually delivers the hits, not taking them. And he's not a big man. Like in terms of hockey, he is not a big guy. It's only 5'11". He's under 200 pounds, but the guy hits like a bull in a china shop, so we'll take it. Crosby trying again. Puck knocked away. Sam Lafferty, the former Penguin, dumps it in after taking the hit from Ryan Shea. Connor Clifton gets it to Novak. Tommy Novak. Right wing circle, Novak fires, he scores! A shot of Novocaine, and the Penguins lead it 2-0. And lane just opened up for him in the right wing circle and just sent an absolute piss missile. Past Soderblom. And the Hawks are now down by 2. And the Penguins, hoping to get some more. Wotherspoon up to Malkin. And Malkin sends it in. Collected along the wall by Carlson, who pinches in jumps up in the rush rather. Highlighting Connor Clifton. As he's finally getting a chance to play. After being a healthy scratch for some time. Wotherspoon. You got a cross and a save made. By Archer Silovs, who has not been busy in this period. Malkin fires, that's blocked. As we're nearly finished the first period here, down to a little over a minute. I haven't called out much time because I spent some time talking about the Brian Rust suspension IRL. Just giving my quick thoughts on it. Oh, he cranked it off the post, man, to that close to making it 3-0 at the end of the period. But the post had other ideas. 2-0 Pittsburgh. After one, there's a big hit by Brett Kulak. Here's the goal from Tommy Novak that made it 2-0. As some space opened up, he fired and got it far side past Soderblom. Let's take a look at the rest of the stats. Shots on goal, 17-4 favoring the Penguins. Hits, 14-5 in favor of Pittsburgh as well. Slight edge in the face-off dot, 4-3. See how long that'll change, or how long that'll remain. Not very. No penalties to speak of in this game so far. Maybe that'll change in period 2. We'll have to keep our eyes open. But 20 minutes down, 40 minutes up. Let's see what this second period has in store, shall we? Crosby wins the opening draw of the second period, and we're underway. Brian Rust carries in. Shoots denied by Soderblom. Raquel got it to Crosby. Now to Carlson. He'll let it rip. That's blocked. Puck goes to no man's land. Then on the stick of Burakovsky, knocked off. Carried out by Vlasic. Now fed to Toivonen. Or Teravainen, excuse me. Oh, what a beautiful save by Silovs. as the Hawks look to try to get at least one of these goals back in probably their best flurry of the game so far. Burakovsky knocked down. Collected by Brian Rust. Lost it. Then it lands on the stick of Erik Karlsson. Karlsson with a wrister! Shoots! Rebound! And they couldn't get it to go. The Hawks collect it. Burakovsky to Vlasic. Now to Foligno. And Teravainen turned away. Chinikov gains the red line and dumps it in. How a Penguin was not there first is beyond me, but we'll make it work. Picked off by Kulak. Kulak fed it back to Silovs, but he didn't decide to hold on to it. Oh, nice save. Bit of a miscue in front of the Penguins' net. But they made it work in the end. Now the puck's behind the Penguins' net. Kulak gets it to Chinikov. Chinikov will dump it in. Collected off the wall by Novak. He has a goal already, looking for a second one. Not on that exchange. Chinikov lost the puck behind the net. And it's dumped right back into the Penguin zone. Clifton tried to feed it up to a forward, but the puck got knocked away. And a crank off the crossbar. That close for the Hawks. But Chinikov will now dump it back into the Blackhawks zone. Connor Clifton to the front of the net. Soderblom shut it down. Fast-moving second period as well. We're under 10 minutes. As the Hawks had a great sustained offensive shift. And now the Penguins look to get back on track. Brazo. Got a cross. And up now to Clifton. Clifton drives to the net. Denied by Soderblom. The puck is in the player's feet. Now to the blue line. One-timer denied and held by Soderblom. 7:24 to go in period 2. And we're taking a look at the work of Arvid Soderblom. He's definitely made some great saves. That's not a pretty save percentage, though. Anything below 900 is not considered good. The 2.57 goals against average. 7:24 to go in period number 2. And the Hawks win a draw in their own zone. Battle for it. The Penguins come away with it. A charge to the net. Denied by Soderblom. Now Blake Lazat gets it back to Karlsson. Karlsson with a bomb. Back to Karlsson again. Another bomb, and that one went off the net. I don't know if Soderblom got a piece of that or not. Might have hit him up high. And Colton Dock carries out now for Chicago. And Silovs has the puck roll in on him. He will make a save and get a whistle. And we're taking a look at Soderblom again. As aside from giving up those 2 goals in the first, he's done very well to keep Chicago in this. As we highlight the goaltending matchup, Archer Silovs and Arvid Soderblom. Crosby won the draw, and Rust sends it in. Collected along the wall by Raquel to the right side. That shot's blocked. Oh, what a beautiful defensive play by Erik Karlsson. He finds Wotherspoon, who then gets it to Raquel, who's on his natural side. Shoots! Rebound for Rust, wouldn't go! .254 to go in period 2. Crosby wins another draw. Back to Letang. Hammers it. And Soderblom saw that all the way and was able to handle it. Crosby got it down the wall. Letang will now try a wrist shot. Rebound from Rakell just off the post. Now Teravainen carries out for Chicago. Pittsburgh gets it back. Carried right back in by Chris Letang. Letang with a shot. It's deflected wide. Letang has it again. Lost it. Got it back. Lost it again. Back out to the blue line now for Kulak. He'll let it go. That's blocked in some traffic. And we're counting down to the final few seconds. And an offside with 0.5 to go in period 2. You might as well just end the period at this point, but I know they won't. Oh, what a hit by Wotherspoon. You know, they say to clear a guy out from in front of the net. Wotherspoon definitely did that. Malkin wins the draw, and that'll do it for 2. Score still the same as the first, 2-0 Pittsburgh. A lot more shots on goal and a lot of sustained offense for the Pens, but the Hawks had some chances as well. Good back and forth second. Let's see what the third has in store after we check out the stats. Shots on goal, 27-11 in favor of the Pens. Hits, 24-10, favoring Pittsburgh as well. Double it up in the faceoff dot for Pittsburgh. Look at that. I never have that much luck on the draw. Ever. So I don't know if I can sustain that for a third period, but we will try. We will certainly try. No penalties to speak of as of yet. Maybe that will change in period 3. We'll have to see. 40 minutes down, 20 minutes up. Third period action coming at you next on the VIG Lounge. I know I'm looking around a lot. I'm just paranoid that the camera's going to stop working. Crosby wins the opening draw of the third. And Ross gets an early chance on goal. Save made off the pad of Soderblom. Ryan Rust with a bump. And Wotherspoon has it behind the net. Wotherspoon got it to Crosby. Crosby trying to work his way around the net, and he nearly succeeded. Has the puck still. That shot's blocked. Rebound. Rakell wouldn't go. Wotherspoon softly gets it up to Rakell. Rakell couldn't get the shot away. And Burakovsky carries in now. Drops it off to Foligno. Foligno cranked it off the post. And the Penguins look to get it out. Malkin stops up. Right wing circle. Drifts to the middle, and that shot's blocked before it could get there. Back out to the blue line. Letang lets it rip. Oh, the rebound was there, and the Penguins couldn't take advantage of it. Puck dumped right back into the Penguin zone. Up now to Kulak from Letang. Kulak's going to jump in. He'll shoot, but swallowed by Soderblom. And he'll get a whistle. 13-16 to go in period 3. And that's the only real highlight aside from hits that Chicago's got is the stellar goaltending of Arvid Soderblom, who's made 30 saves on 32 shots. And you know what I'm going to say next? That is not a stat that Edge needs to share with you because it's plain as the scoreboard. You can see it. I mean, I can see it on the scoreboard, so that's saying something. Hawks win that draw, but they give it away to Mantha. Mantha with a chance, and Soderblom denies Anthony Mantha point blank. Okay, we don't need to watch it. We just saw Soderblom I mean, he is the only highlight so far for the Hawks in this game, but still. Mantha. Oh, he got poke checked. Greg Nazar the other way. Lost the puck. Now the puck's on the stick of Anthony Mantha. He's going to dump it in. Collected by Brazeau. He'll shoot. Rebound! And that's denied by Soderblom as well. Back out to the blue line. Kindle with a blast. That goes wide. And that pass goes all the way down into the Penguin zone. Silovs will play it. And then that pass didn't quite work out. That was a beautiful defensive play by Ryan Shea. And Clifton will send it all the way down. Now it's Rust to the net. What a save by Soderblom. Probably his best of the game to rob Brian Rust on what looked like a sure goal. A brief rebound for Rust. He couldn't finish. He got in a little too tight. There, Carlson. Cross to Wotherspoon. Up the left side now to Rust. Brian Rust. Into the left-wing circle. Cuts to the right a little bit, and Soderblom is able to shut that down. There's the Penguins' upcoming schedule. A little more home cooking against the Rangers and Senators. And then an away game against the Islanders. Why they don't have that game in Pittsburgh as well is beyond me, but it is what it is, I guess, as we got a little offside. 6:37 to go in period 3. Highlighting Wotherspoon once again. Oh, man! That was a huge hit. On, I believe, Burakovsky. 6:37 to go in period 3. Chicago wins that draw. Suter. Lost it. Now Wotherspoon has it. Shoots off a stick. Nice defensive play. Puck's recollected. And passed across. The pass from Chinikov to Malkin. Malkin trying to get a shot away, and it's knocked off the stick. Foligno. Lost it. Oh, Donato got crunched along the wall. And now Chinikov. Drifting, shooting, what a save, Soderblom, the rebound, he got that as well, rebound, score! Igor Chinikov gets the Penguins a 3-0 lead. Now, if anyone has a problem with me doing an Eastern European accent, I have legitimate Ukrainian ancestry. So I'm kind of, doing a thing that's in my own style, in a way. And I can't really think of something that I can use for Chinikov in terms of a rhyme or anything like that, unless he gets a pass directly from Malkin. But that didn't happen there, so I got to go with what comes to mind. Crosby. Drifts it again. Shoots and scores! 87 heaven! Sidney Crosby with his second goal of the game! And the Penguins lead it 4-0. Two really weird goals in the sense that Soderblom seemed to have the goal from Chinikov and the second one from Crosby. But in both cases, he was just overpowered by those shots. And look at that, 55 goals for Sid. That is remarkable. Video game-like numbers. Oh wait, we're playing a video game, so it makes sense. And Crosby takes over the scoring lead with 73 points. Punched away by Silovs to the corner. Blackhawks really trying to get something. But the Penguins will get it out. Now Raquel. Cuts to the net. Oh my goodness. He knocked the net off its moorings and went for a bit of a ride. Hopefully he's okay. As he drove to the net pretty hard. 9.6 seconds remaining. And the Blackhawks will try to get it out of the zone, but they're going to run out of time. A shutout for Silovs. 4 goals for the Penguins. 2 from Crosby. 1 from Igor Chinikov. And another from Tommy Novak. Gets the Penguins a huge 4-0 win as they return home. How you doing, Iceberg? And collect 2 points in a huge win over the Chicago Blackhawks. A dominating performance by the Pens in this return to PPG Paints Arena. Here's a goal for you. Crosby. There goes Raquel into the net and knocking it off. Take one last look at the stats before we wrap things up. This is a 2-part stream. I'll be doing a Vegas Golden Knights game against the Dallas Stars momentarily. So we'll wrap up part 1 right now. Shots on goal 44-15 favoring Pittsburgh. Hits 36-13 in favor of Pittsburgh as well. Wow, 0.5%. And the faceoffs were close. Slight edge to Chicago in the third, 11-9. But we were close. We did have 2 periods where we were leading, so we're making progress. But thank you all for tuning in to part 1 of this 2-part episode of the VIG Lounge. I have been the Visually Impaired Gamer 1987. Until next time, I bid you adieu. Have yourselves a tremendous Thursday, everybody.